elastic hours, they expand and shrink. Memories blur faster than you think. A moment's forever, the next just a blink. In this elastic time we...
Please just tell us about yourself.
My name is Chief Dr. Linda Eya Ikpuri. I'm the convener of a Niger Delta Women Assembly and a board member with Warri South Property and Asset Management.
You are the convener of Niger Delta Women Assembly.
Of
Can you
course.
please tell us a little about what that group is about, association as it were?
Niger Delta Women Assembly is born out of the need to mentor women, empower women, and collaborate with women in general.
Okay.
Because when you empower a woman, you have empowered a whole community.
So, how old is this Niger Delta Women Assembly? Because sometimes people will say 2027 is approaching. You begin to see many groups will spring up for political convenience and target. Whatever. How old is this group, and what exactly? What's the direction it's headed?
The Niger Delta Women Assembly is barely a year. We'll be having our first conference in November. It comprises of all the states in the Niger Delta. At a point, everybody knows that the Niger Delta is a very peculiar area. And when you bring the women in the Niger Delta together, where women gather, they go home, they talk to their husbands, they talk to their children, they talk to their brothers. So it's easy to get messages across with women. And when it comes to convincing people, women are more versatile in this field of convincing people on how to be civil. Naturally, the woman is a life giver. And being a life giver means that you value life more than every other being that God created. I'm not saying that the men don't value children. I'm not saying that the youths don't value children. But women, as life giver, they know what it takes to bring someone into this world. So the value women give to a life is different. That is why when there is a war, it is easy for you to calm any conflict with the cooperation of women. When women wake up and say enough is enough, that is it. And this there is this word feminism at a point that people were so adamant. So me, I feel that's a very that's the most abused word. Feminism is a word that was born out of the need for women and men to have equal opportunities in terms of career. Whether we like it or not, as a woman that is married to a man, you are living with somebody, you have to be considerate, you have to be respectful. So the essence of the Niger Delta Women Assembly is not to continue to have conflict with men, but to teach women on how to live better, to let the men know that we are willing collaborators, that we are there for them whenever they need us, whenever they call us. And when you talk about collaboration, like in the Niger Delta Women Assembly, we don't just meet. We also try to empower these women as much as we mentor them. Why? Like I said earlier, when you empower a woman, you empower a whole nation. It is easy for you to send the message across with women. They have better ways of interpreting. And in terms of election, women vote more. Women participate more. If a woman likes you, she will convince her stepchildren to even vote for you. She will mobilize her whole household to come out will vote for you. That is how important women are. But unfortunately, we notice that a lot of these energies are not being channeled very well recently. So we're like, okay, what do we do? What do we do? We came up, at least let us have a body that women of different tribes, women from Edo State, women from Delta State, women from Bayelsa, women from Port Harcourt, which is River State, women from Akwa Ibom, women from Calabar, and sit down, think. We have a platform. Most times we have fun. Most times when women are under tension, they talk to each other. Some of them have become very good friends. Some of them have become business partners. And they are doing well together. And when we have a member that is under pressure, under stress, we come to their aid. Sometimes even when we don't have money to give to them, we encourage them by way of telling them words on how they must keep their head above water. Because as a woman, when you have children, you have no choice than to be strong, not just for your children, for your husband, for your brothers. I, for example, I lost my mother a very long time ago. That's to be precise, 22 years ago. So I have to stand in the gap. I don't sleep every night without praying for my brothers, without praying for my sons. That's the way it works. And you know, prayers make things easy. Prayers make things possible. I also pray for my friends that are men too, so that they will see the way, so that they will know the way, so that they will not be distracted. The world is not easy now. A lot of distractions everywhere, people telling lies, people doing propaganda and all that. So one has to be very careful.
Okay, interesting. You know, if I leave you, you know, as well that one can describe you as a very perfect orator. But yes, but it is now. I will have to butt in and digress from the narrative. I'm going to the nitty gritty of my environment. Now, I know you that you were two-time supervisor for education, the Warri South Local Government Council, a politician that was formerly of the PDP, now of the APC. But my question now centers on how will you, in fact, okay, let me go straight. Are you not worried about that the disinterest of youth in this area as regards education? Because I will consider that your main constituency. A lot of these youths are into all kind of vices, they are into drug addiction. They will tell you what people call Yahoo Plus. They will tell you that our website education is a scam. What exactly is your say on this?
Like personally, I am trying my best. I have paid school fees for a lot of people, people I know, people I don't know. Even when I employ workers, I always give them this opening that you can go to school whenever you want to and come back whenever you want to. You don't even need to tell me you are around. Let me just come and see you working. Whether it is 2 weeks you work, you get a month's paid. Unfortunately, that project have not been very successful because a lot of youths are in a hurry to get there. And I think in this aspect, people just send their children to maybe primary school, secondary school, and they don't try to interact with the teachers to know how their children are doing. Like, let me use myself for example. There was a time I looked at my son's report card, and there was this report that says he's aggressive. And I looked at, this is not the same child I have at home. Where I'm coming from is this: children will show you one face and show their teacher a different one. That's where a lot of parents get it wrong. Don't just believe that somebody is trying to be antagonistic towards your child. Assume that you don't know the whole of that child. And you know, some people, environment can alter their natural behavior. So as a parent, you have to be friends with your child's teacher. Because if you don't get it wrong from that foundation, that is where the problem starts from. And personally, as a two-time supervisor for education, I'm very, very interested in education. I'm still in school. I will keep going to school because going to school makes me happy. Being around young people makes me happy, makes me younger. So sometimes I look at people and like, why is this person not interested in education? I think it has to do with the parents. Sometimes you parents, you don't read. For example, my son will tell me, will come to the house when I sell books too. That's to tell you how much, but it's not a very viable market, especially in this world. People don't like books.
Yeah.
They need to imbibe this reading culture. I even tried to an extent to have a book club. It wasn't working. People are not reading. You hear people saying things like education is scam. My child cannot make that kind of statement in my presence and go scot-free. I will take it up with him because it's a very, very negative word. You can't get anywhere without education. You can't get it right. If you look at all the rich men in this town, those that didn't go to school when they were young, God bless them, they got wealthy and they went back to school. And you think education is not important? How will you know when your people, your workers are stealing from you? That's why a lot of companies crumble. You have to employ experts in certain fields because that's not your field. Everybody have their area of expertise. So parents encouraging their children to be rude to teachers or going to the school to fight teachers is a very wrong notion. Don't set that precedent because when the teacher is no longer available for the child to fight with, you become their next target because to them it's a normal thing to fight with adults. We were taught in our time that, and in fact it is in the Bible, that as a child, when you abuse older ones, you are cutting your lifespan short. Yes, there is a saying, say who dem pray for never better na who dem curse. Of course, when you abuse an older person, some of them will go as far as telling you things that should not you should not even hear at all. And how do you think that's going to work out? Like my late mother told me, like these days I avoid a lot of people. You know why? Because they are provocative. They are not adding anything to my life. They are only making me say things that will make people say I am a rude person. And my mother taught me that any adult that is out there to provoke you so that people will say, you see avoid that adult. When you see them here, pass through another route. It doesn't make you a coward. It makes you a very wise person. You have no business abusing somebody that is older than you.
Beautiful. Now, from what you just said, in fact, you just led me to my next question. I want to get personal with you. So we say, Linda, you're a very proud girl. Is very, very arrogant. This kind of person, you wanted to follow on the deal. What will you say to people that describe you as a very proud and very arrogant lady?
You see, English is a very big problem around here. Because a lot of people, when they go to school, all they are after is let me acquire a degree. They don't read extra books. The Google you have in your phone, a lot of people don't use it. So how will you know the difference between bluntness and rudeness? They are two different things. Me, I just say things as they are and I move on. I don't dwell on that. When I want to sleep at night, I try to free my mind of all negativities. And nowadays it's even worse. You can't find me where they are quarreling. Where do I have the strength for when I have so many things on my head? There are certain places I don't go to. So if somebody is saying, please come and see me and I'm giving you excuses because of the way you are, because my environment in the way can influence me. And you know where you see temptation and you say yeah, you are strong, you are strong, you are strong, you want to keep doing all that. There are some people, their whole life is over. All they want to do is waste your time. So whoever is describing as rude, the person don't know book. Yes.
So how do you handle your male admirers? If you are a chief, you are the Isada of Agbarha Kingdom warrior. How do you handle your male admirers? So since that one, there's nothing near that Linda. Where should they carry herself? How do you handle your male admirers?
And for when it comes to this issue of a man, who wants to be around a man that is rude? You know, when it comes to the issue of men, I'm very easygoing. In our time when we dated, we didn't give targets because the man is not a bank. When you say, if I will date you, you have to do this for me, you have to do that for me. And unfortunately, a lot of men tend to take this for granted. Then the next thing they go about town telling people, the fact that it didn't work with you, why won't it work with someone else? And you begin to wish me bad. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Or when you ask me out and I say I'm not interested, I'm not saying that because you are beneath me. I'm saying that because it's not convenient for me. Some of us don't double date. Some of us sometimes we are not even dating at all because of the spirituality in us. Yes, either you are doing juju or you face God. If I cannot serve God fully, at times I can take some time and be spiritual, pray. And for you to be able to do that, you need to keep yourself pure, very, very pure. If you are not marrying me, why should I sacrifice all that for you? It doesn't make sense. So, male admirers, you are free to come, and I am free to say no.
Simple as that. Lastly, before I will let you go, one can properly describe you as we have what people call worry boys. One can describe you as a worry girl. Now, over the weekend, there were issues in this town to do with some youth. What is your advice? Because, like I said, you are a worry girl. What's your advice to the youth of Shekiris, Robos, and George, and others living in this worry going forward?
I am a worry woman. Yes, worry, proper woman. My mother is Ijo. My father is Urobo. My great great grandparents is Shekiri from Ijala. So you see, my interest is everywhere. I don't even want to go to what I experienced with the last crisis. So I don't want to go to what I experienced. In fact, if not for the grace of God, I would have died. So why do you think I want to go through that? It doesn't make sense. All we need to do in worry is to understand the fact that we are stuck together. There's nothing anybody can do about it. And there is a reason why God put us together. So the sooner we come together and reason how we can integrate properly and allow worry to develop, the better for us. Otherwise, our great great grandchildren will abuse us.
Very, very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Same here. The pleasure.